Hi, I'm Chris. I'm 22 years old. I live in Chicago and I am 9 days post op with Dr. Garramone. So I'm going to show you my chest now. If that freaks you out, like turn it off because I didn't want to trigger anybody. So I want to let you know that I'm going to show you my chest now. So I wanted to make this video. Oh, it's coming off. I wanted to make this video because I haven't updated in a long time, and I swear I have two videos just sitting on my computer right now, and for whatever reason, like iMovie hates me, so I'm just gonna make this video with my phone, and that should work, or whatever. I want to just walk you guys through some things, just so there's more information out there for people, especially like black trans masculine people, because I know there wasn't a ton of resources for me, so I want people to have more things to look at. So I'm 9 days post-op. My surgery was on January 22nd. And what I did is I flew into Florida. He works out of Davie. And I stayed in Weston, which is like right next to Davie. And we did an Airbnb, which I would highly recommend. It was $97 a night. And it was a full house. It was like a condo type deal. And they had a recliner too, which is like perfect for recovering and sleeping, because like if you sleep on your side or anything like normally, you can't do that. You have to sleep on your back. So I would highly recommend that over the hotels, because I mean the hotels are fine, and like there's one hotel where Dr. Garramone does like a discount. They have like a deal together, but it's like a little room, and you're gonna be in there like a lot, so it just gets kind of obnoxious after a while. And this had like a full kitchen and everything. My mom was there with me, and it had two bedrooms, so like we had our own space, and it had a porch too, so it was just like really nice. And I got to like enjoy the Florida weather without actually like going and walking around. But that said, I had a really awesome experience with my recovery, so I wanted to share with you guys how I prepped and how the recovery went, because it was like awesome for me, and hopefully it will be for you guys too. So what I did in terms of prep, I like made a whole Tumblr post about this if you want it like written down. So my Tumblr is byo boy boi, so byo.tumblr.com. So in terms of prep, I got prescription strength arnica, and I got that from a naturopath in my family. So I don't know how much that would cost, but I know that Dr. Garramone does give out like a bundle of arnica, bromelain, and quercetin, which I took also. I didn't buy it through him, but I took it. I bought it from like Whole Foods or something like that, and I took all that together. So I took the arnica for the first time right before my surgery. So I asked the anesthesiologist, and he was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And you don't actually swallow it; you like let it dissolve under your tongue. And I took it like an hour before my surgery, and then I took it again afterwards. And then you take it 3 times a day after that. And they're like little pellets. It's like homeopathic medicine. If you've ever taken like, how do you say it, like acetylcocinum? I don't know. It's like a flu medicine, but it's like a similar kind of, they're like little pellets and they dissolve in your mouth. So I took that 3 times a day. And then I also took MSM, which you can find from any like health food store. And that is good for rebuilding collagen. It's good for like healing wounds and stuff. So I started taking that like 3 days before my surgery. And you take like 3 capsules a day. And then I took it like every day after that. And I'm still taking it. I took the bromelain, which I already told you guys, and that's like 2 capsules. I think it's 3 capsules a day actually. And then the quercetin is also 3 capsules a day. And I took milk thistle, which is like a liver detoxifier. I started taking that beforehand, just so like my body was like regulated and like doing well. There like wasn't any toxins in there. I took vitamin C every day, try to keep my health up. Then after my surgery, I started taking garlic tablets, because you can't take it before surgery because allegedly like stays in your blood, and you don't want that when you're having surgery, so don't do that. But afterwards, I started taking it again. But so it's just good for your general like wellness, like avoiding colds and flu and stuff. It's like naturally antiviral. Vitamin B is really good. So I was taking chia seeds, which are like really high in vitamin B, but obviously you can get the vitamin as well. Um, and I also was really good about working out my chest beforehand, because if you come in and you don't have like a lot of muscle right here, then he doesn't really have a natural like curve to work with. And I feel like you can notice this later on, like if you don't work out before surgery and then like afterwards you start to get muscular, then like the nipple placement can get kind of funky and it can just like be lower than like what your natural muscle is or like higher and doesn't look like supernatural. So, I mean, if that doesn't bother you, like fine, do whatever you want. But I was worried about that, so I made sure I like worked out beforehand. I did like a push-up challenge. You can just Google those like 30-day push-up challenges or whatever. Um, so yeah, I went in for the surgery, and then when I came out of anesthesia, I was fine, really. Like I woke up and I was kind of like bright-eyed and okay. Like I started dozing off after that, after a couple minutes, but I was like pretty good. And then that day and the next day, I would kind of like be sort of drowsy and like dozing on and off, but I had no nausea at all. I had no pain. I like stuck to a pretty strict schedule for my Vicodin the first and second day. But then after that, I didn't really need it. I took it at night because like the drains get kind of funky at night and they like hurt if you roll onto them or whatever. And I like just wanted to make sure I could sleep through the night. But other than that, I didn't really need to take them. And then by the third day, I was moving around like normally. It was incredible. We were hanging out in the house and I was like fine. So we decided we would kind of explore because like it's freezing everywhere except for Florida. Like I live in Chicago, my mom lives in New Jersey. So we were like, okay, like let's enjoy this. So we went down to the boardwalk, we hung out, I was like walking around, I was fine. Like, and I've heard a lot of people say that they were just like knocked out for the whole first week, but I was really okay and it was awesome. So I think I owe a lot of that to definitely the arnica because like when I came out, it looked like this. There was no bruising at all. And I also like don't have really much numbness. Like right here is numb and like under here a little bit, but this side is completely fine. The nipples I can't feel. Oh, and so I want to show you my nipples now. So they're like a little grody, but they're already starting to peel a little bit, which is good. So yeah, so what happens is like when they let you out, like when they show you it, like 1 week after, this whole thing is pretty much a scab, and you have to like let it fall off. Don't pick it; it's really bad. But you have to just like let it fall off naturally, and that'll probably happen like within the next 2 weeks or so, and then it'll be pink underneath like you saw, and then the melanin just comes back naturally. Sometimes it doesn't, and you have to get it tattooed, but whatever, like that's fine. And then you have to keep these strips on for another week. So I had my reveal on Wednesday, so I have to keep it on till a week from then. And now what I do is I put on this Meta Honey I got, which was like recommended by Tremaine. His username is Mr. Elisha26, and he has a lot of good videos. So I put on that. It's like a wound and burn dressing, and then I also put on Neosporin. And then Dr. Garramone gives you the Zero form, which is just like this pre-medicated like dressing. It's kind of like it's like a wet like cheesecloth. It kind of looks like, and you like cut out little squares that like fit your nipples and you put it on, and then you put over like a big Band-Aid. And I got these from Walgreens, and I got them because it says like pain-free film. So, because you're going to be taking it off every time you shower. So, it does like hurt. It's going to hurt like eventually. Like, it's kind of nice that this one's numb right now because it doesn't hurt when I start. But like this one, it just kind of hurts all the time. My drain holes are already like almost non-existent. See, there's like some bruising there. Also, it's like impossible to get off this like sticky shit from like the adhesive, but whatever. It's not my biggest problem right now. But yeah, the drain holes are like closing up really quickly and nicely, so that's awesome. And yeah, so I'm just gonna put these on. So I put on the Meta Honey first. So it goes directly on the wound and starts to work its magic a little bit. And then I do the Neosporin afterwards, like on top. So you know it all goes through. There's holes there in the cheesecloth, zero form, whatever. Oh, and you should get the ones that seal up all around, just so no like dirt, sweat, bacteria get in there. All right, so that's it. I will probably update again in about a week when I can get these off and I start my scar treatment. So I'll see you then.